I'm live. Starting to rain. I'll give it about 2 minutes or so because I just am. I don't mind that it's raining. It's 65 degrees today. Who cares? I'm set up. 6 people, 9 people. I reckon I'll start with about 15 people, 12 people. All right, you know what? Yeah, ain't that something? You know, in the end of October, mid-October, towards the end of October, it was humid in Jersey to where you couldn't open your windows. And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking, man, I can't wait to open up the windows. And then it got to 40 degrees. Never got to open the windows. Straight from AC to heat. Okay, so I gotta figure everybody saw. I got my wig split, by the way. So when Monkey jumps on here, P&P, thank you for everything, man. Thank you for everything you do. So I got my wig split. Brooklyn into Hizzy. All right, I'll read comments too as I'm going, but I'm about to freaking rant. Again, my temper, I gotta work on it. That being said, what do public servants freaking do? Zero. Don't need it. Don't need it. Man, if I did it. Thank you, Crypto. Appreciate it. Anyway, what do they do besides get mad at us when we have to tell them their job? So, by now I gotta figure a lot of people saw the video yesterday. If not, I'll do a little recap. That's exactly right. They collect their welfare check, P&P. They collect their high. I just got a phone call, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, I got hair. Anyway, so they collect their freaking welfare check, and boy, there's a lot of zeros in them welfare checks, as I pointed out the other day. So by now you know I went to do a public records request, and I'm already aggravated since I've been doing it for 4 months now for the same freaking things, and I keep getting denied. So I said, hey, I'll probably get denied. I'll tell you tomorrow morning. They considered that yelling and screaming. So you also probably saw the woman come over with her iPhone and say, and I said, hey, are you recording me? She said, yes, of course. And I said, okay, don't delete that because I'm gonna do a public records request on that. And she got all bent out of shape, but it's my phone. She obviously doesn't know the law. I explained to her that she's in her capacity. Therefore, it's, I should. I should. Gunnison. Everybody go to New Jersey Exposed, formerly Gunnison Undercover. Gunnison's going to be back up running in no time. He's going to have his channel with filming, and he might even just keep the New Jersey Exposed one and do all his BS meter, because he combs the freaking papers every day and finds a lot of nonsense that we still let happen. Well, again, we don't have the strength in numbers yet. Anyway, so she records me and then gets mad when I say, okay, I'm going to do an open records request. But it's my phone. You can't do that. You can't tell me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. Then she says, wait, I can't record you, but you can record me? I never said you couldn't record me. You're more than welcome to record me. I want that information now. I need that information now because you just recorded me. Because I don't know what kind of... I wouldn't trust you guys as far as I can bowl you. They are supposed to earn our trust, or we're supposed to actually trust them. They have done zero. I went out and filmed deer in August. I was told by a cop, hey, you're not committing a crime. And I said, okay. And they said, but if you don't give me your ID, you're going to jail. How do you go to jail when you haven't committed a crime? Stupid mistake number one. Just last week, I go to the clerk's office and I want an open records request. And sure enough, what they do is... So sure enough, what they do is they say, okay, it takes 7 business days. I said, no. For what I want, I'm supposed to get right now. No, you don't get that. We have 7 business days. Okay, well, guess what? I did my homework. So we have to do our homework for some reason to go in there to tell them how to do their job. Sure enough, they pow out and said, oh, you were right. Here you go. Then yesterday, I say, hey, that's an open record now because you just recorded me. That's a public record. You're in your official capacity. She's yelling at me. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Then she gets mad at me and says, I've had it with you. You've had it with me? Because, yes, exactly right. That's exactly right. But the thing is, they get away with it still, even when we have them. I had her on video saying I'm recording you, and the supervisor comes out and says, yeah, no, she said she didn't record you. So here's my issue with that now. I got a couple issues. A, they're freaking liars. That's my issue, okay? So I'm supposed to trust you when you just flat out lied to my face. I'm supposed to trust that my paperwork is going to get to the appropriate person, even though you just lied to my face. It's probably still laying there. So she says, now here's the thing. She says she wasn't recording. Think about this. Think about this. If anybody saw the video, she was adamant about her recording. Not so much adamant that, yes, I'm recording, but adamant when I said that's public record. Then she said, wait, I can't record you? I said, no, I never said that. Of course you can record me, but now that's public record. And she's going on and on about, wait, no, but this is my phone. Now, if she wasn't recording, why would she be so adamant about that, right? Why would she be so damn adamant that, but it's my phone? She could have said, hey, I'm not recording, you're dumb. And I'd have been like, well, shit, I'm dumb. So anyway, and someone noticed at 8:41 on the video, somebody made a great call and they said, look, you can see her screen. It's blurry, but you can see the screen. Now, she had an iPhone. iPhones have icons on the front when they're still, when, you know, you're not using them. Or they're blank, because then the lock goes on. I don't know, that's probably not a compliment, is it? I'm a little fiery, though. I get it. Believe me, I know. So again, here's the thing. She was adamant that it's her phone. Like, wait, you can't take my phone. You can't. And I've had it with you. I've had it with you and your laws that you know. Basically is what she said. I've had it with you because you know the law. Right? So then I can see that it's a blurry picture. I can see it's a blurry picture. Therefore, she had either had a picture on there, was recording something, or just stopped, and she didn't delete it yet. I don't know. But or that was her. That was she just deleted something, and then that was the last picture in her phone. Because we know when you delete something and you have it on the main screen, the iPhone will just put up what the last thing was that they had. So we already made an open records request for the surveillance footage of the window where she was standing. They'll deny us for that, I'm sure. Now, here's the main issue. The main issue I have, of course I have an issue with them lying, and then the supervisor coming out saying, you know, what people say and what they do are two different things. That's called lying. That's something you tell your freaking 4-year-old, you dip. Dude. Oh. So, anyway. So he says, well, she just said that she just did it to get a rise out of you. Okay. So baiting, which is what you guys seem to think we do, and you hate it. I'm just going there to get a records request. Now I have to film because you guys have proven that you're not trustworthy anyway. So the fact is, she lied, he helped her lie, and they think we believe them. They think that we're stupid and that we believe them. That's the real issue I got. I got a real issue with them going, oh, I'll handle this. She didn't record you. Really? It reminds me of when Eddie Murphy says he could get caught with a chick right there on the spot. His freaking girl sees him and he goes, wasn't me. That's exactly what you just did. So you're gonna say, or are you gonna not believe us, the police, who are the trustworthy, or are you gonna not believe your lying freaking eyes? Is what you're saying. So, needless to say, that's the part that bugs me. They lied, and they think we're stupid enough to think that we don't know they're lying. Here's the other problem. They had a guy on their SWAT team just a couple months ago who thought he was meeting a 15-year-old to go have sex with her. Condoms in the car, text messages, he was dressed, he had the cologne on and everything. The SWAT team leader was arrested for luring a 15-year-old, what he thought was a 15-year-old. He'll get his pension. I'm certain of it. He'll get his pension. He'll get all that stuff. His name is Richard Conte. Everybody go into your Google machine and type in Richard Conte, Howell, New Jersey, and have your barf bucket right next to you because you're going to puke when you read what it says. And that's who, say San Joaquin, what's up, buddy? So that's who's going to get that's who they're supporting. They're supporting this guy, saying, oh, I'm just so hurt, but he was such a great cop. And they blasted the radio station for outing the story. How dare New Jersey 101.5 out this story when it wasn't finished? Okay, another phone call. That's my car. Yeah, dagnabbit. They can wait. Anyway, so you're going to protect a child predator. I mean, because he got caught now. Who knows what he got away with before he got caught? Think about that. Think about that. He got caught. And that's the only reason he's upset. He's upset because he got caught. But here the guy's like, oh, he was such a great officer. I would have never figured him to be that. Yeah, no kidding. Really? You would have figured the guy who's extorting people and raiding people's wrong houses wouldn't be the guy that would lure a 15-year-old? You freaking morons. So how about that? That's the guy they're protecting, and yet I want a public record, and they're stonewalling me as if I'm freaking the boogeyman. And God, you know, I'm telling you, everybody, I know because obviously anybody who's on here already films, but man, oh man, alive, if anybody has any government interaction, they gotta film it. We all have smartphones now. I almost feel like standing outside the municipal complex next week and saying, listen, if you're gonna talk to them, you better film it because they are gonna freaking hose you. They're gonna make sure you don't get whatever you need, and they're gonna give you BS laws that you don't know. So if you don't do your homework, then you're screwed. And that's what the other thing that pisses them off. The fact that we're prepared when we go in. The fact that I knew I was supposed to get those records right on the spot. The fact that I knew she's a public servant, and when she starts recording, that's a public record right then. That I could do an Oprah request on right now. Oprah is FOIA in the Northeast. Oprah is Open Public Records Act. FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. Northeast, I don't know why we do it like that, but needless to say, it's Oprah. Oprah is FOIA. So now I'm saying, hey, I'm going to Oprah that phone. And she panics. Wait, that's my phone. You can't do that. How come you can record me and I can't record you? I'm never saying you can't record me. You can record me all day, but I'm going to see it because now I need to because I don't trust you as far as I can freaking throw you. Okay. Whew. I feel better. Now, you looked up Richard Conte. You see what kind of a scumbag he was. You looked up, now everybody's seen the video. Well, most people have seen the video of this woman flat out lying. Oh, and she said I was yelling. Here's the other issue. Anybody who does any public filming knows. Any videographer knows. When you are filming, you speak loud, you speak clear, you enunciate. So there is no discrepancy on what was said. Not anything that was said. This way, everything's all good to go. You can't say, did he say bullshit or did he say rat's ass? Well, neither one. You know what I mean? Hello from France. My good buddy that I played baseball with, who is a good friend who I grew up with and our families know each other. My good friend, the chief of police. My good pal. Needless to say, where was I at? I was at, we can't trust them. We do our homework. We do our homework beforehand. Dadgummit. What was I talking about? Okay. So, when you talk, you speak clearly. You speak, you enunciate everything. So, when you talk, so there's no discrepancy on what was said. Now, here's the other thing. There's also a big pane of glass with a little hole. I'm a little short. Maybe I don't match up. You know what I mean? It ain't no glory hole. That's terrible. I shouldn't be talking like that. Needless to say, so you talk to the hole. You try and keep you want to talk clearly. The camera is right here near your mouth. So, of course, the microphone is going to pick it up as if it's loud. Yes. Probably shouldn't say that because now people are after me because I know the law. Stupid me. Anyway, so whoever says, yeah, oh, it sounds like you're screaming. No, I wasn't screaming. I was talking. I'm talking as I'm talking right now. Yeah, I'm a little animated right now. I wasn't that animated yesterday until they freaking... I got a temper. Yeah, I get that. I get a temper when you keep screwing me over and dicking me around. But when you are recording... Now, check this out. So, now... We all heard everything she said. I didn't even have a microphone on my camera. Normally, I have a shotgun mic on my camera so I could hear, but I was actually going to do something else, and I was going to use a handheld mic. But I said, hey, let me go get these records real quick. So I go in, no mic, it's just a camera, and I could hear her fine, right? You could hear her fine on the video. You could hear everything. Why is it that officers, when they come... So now here's a big pane of glass with just a tiny, tiny hole, and everybody heard everybody fine, right? You go to the officer comes to your window, you crack it this much, and they go, hey, I can't hear you. Oh, really? You can't? I can hear you just fine. No, I can't hear you. All the traffic over here. I can't hear a word you're saying. Really? And that's the other thing. They think we're stupid. Do we really think they can't hear us? Of course not. They want to look in your car and see what's in there. What can I get them on? What can I get them on? I got my freaking heavy-duty tactical flashlight. Let's see what we can see. Oh, check it out, a cigarette butt. I bet there's weed in there. Let's get him. Let's get the canine. Let's get the canine for the guy who freaking signaled 50 feet before he turned and not 100 feet. And now let's jam him up and throw him in jail because we got one. That's what they do. It ain't this I can't hear you nonsense. They can hear us behind the freaking pane of glass. They can hear us behind the freaking giant window that's see-through. They can only see us. We can't see them, but they can see us. And we're supposed to trust them? We are supposed to trust these people? Really? We're supposed to trust these people with our records, the custodian of our records that we can't even get by law. How's that? How's that when officers come up and they want your ID, they go, people who don't want to give their ID have something to hide. No, people who don't want to give their ID probably know the Fourth Amendment. They probably know Brown v. Texas. They probably know, civil rights. What is it? 42 Code 42 USC 1983 is what they know. But instead, they flip-flop it, say, look, you got to be hiding something or else. Why wouldn't you just give us your ID so we can get out of here? Okay, just let us violate your Fourth Amendment rights so we can get out of here. But now, when we want the records that we are legally allowed to have by law, we just have to fill out a piece of paper. There is no violation of any code if we get these records. They stymie us. Ain't that something? I wasn't looking. So they stymie us on stuff we're legally allowed to have, but they get mad when we say, nah, we're not going to give our ID when we don't have to. How, like, this is just so ass backwards, and the fact is they get away with it over and over again. This woman committed a crime. This woman destroyed public records right on camera, and she's going to get away with it. That's the freaking nonsense of it. I mean, I'm hoping she doesn't because I'm not going to let it go. But they already covered for her. They already, instead of going, look, she didn't know. She's never done this before. We just explained the law to her. So she's going to never do that again. And, look, we can get her phone. We can get the tech guy to get it out. They couldn't do that. No, they refuse to hold themselves accountable. Refuse. Yes, New York is in the house. Thank you for holding us, I don't know what I don't even know what I'm saying. I was going to say something. I don't know what I was going to freaking say. God. Oh, these people. And the fact that they, for all I know, they went and high-fived each other in the back. Hey, we got rid of that one. Check it out. Did you see what I did? I told him that she wasn't filming. All right. Way to go, pal. So, needless to say, we've already done an Oprah request on the surveillance footage to see over her head to see if... Yeah, I know. It's thanks for being here, New York. The pit boss. I'm thinking I want ribs now. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, Vermo Gauchi. I haven't seen any comments, honestly. I don't know how to... Ain't there a way to get them to pop up or... Oh, there we go. Oh, shit, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, my God. Breathe. Macho Man. That's true. God rest his soul. Anyway, and then we got Top Shelf Anarchy. If he were to pop in, he could cut promos on everybody. I just can't stand the fact that they think we're that dumb. That we do. Do I really think that she didn't film me? I'm really to believe that. So someone made a great call, and what we did already was we put in a FOIA request for that, so it's on record. So it's on an Oprah request. So it's on record that we watched her. Again, it's on record because right now 6,000 people have already seen this woman flat out lie. And they look so bad. All right, so they just had a guy get arrested. One of their top guys got arrested for luring a 15-year-old. They had a guy on film say, hey, you committed no crime, but I'm going to arrest you anyway if you don't do what I say. This happened to a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? About 2011, 2012, he had a heart attack at the wheel and crashed his car and died. Go figure. But I don't remember if the heart attack killed him or the crash killed him or his girlfriend got out. Her wife, maybe. It wasn't Elizabeth. Well, obviously it wasn't Elizabeth. She died back in the late 90s, I think. the early '00s, something like that. She was living with Lex Luger at the time. Anyway, so do they really think we don't believe that we believe them, that we believe that she didn't record me when she was so damn adamant that she said, oh, I didn't record you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She said, yeah, I'm recording, but it's my phone. You can't have my phone. You can't do an open records request on my phone. Yes, I can. That's the point. That's the point. Mooney. Basically, I'm going over yesterday with the chick lying. She said she wasn't filming when she clearly was, and she admitted right on camera that she was, and then told the officer that she wasn't. I'm just going on about how they really think we're freaking stupid and that we believe that. Like, do we really believe that? And the fact is, he could have owned it right there and said, man, she doesn't know the law. She just works here. Look, we can get the tech guy. And I probably would have been like, she knows it now? I'm not going to make a records request. Because all she did was film me. I have it on film, but that's not the point. The point is, when she's in her capacity, that is now public record. And I am privy to that. And it's filming me. So I'm putting all this in together between all the denials that they keep getting, all for different excuses. So here's what's going on. We're doing records requests on reports that were about me, body cam footage. She's saying body cam footage is $75 special fee. 75 freaking dollars to do a body cam footage. And she said the reason is it's special because it needs redaction. Well, I'm in the video. I don't need anything redacted. She tried to use this excuse for the report, said it needed to be redacted. It took me 7 seconds to redact any pertinent information. Then she said I got the report by mistake because there was no report. I'm holding the report. How is there no report? She can't even keep her lies straight. This isn't the woman yesterday. The woman yesterday just lied because she's just lied because she doesn't know the law, and then she panicked probably. But the woman who I'm talking about that keeps stonewalling us is Donna Belton, who is stonewalling us for different excuses. One guy says, I want this report. She says, we can't do it because it needs to be redacted. Another guy says, I want this report. She says, we can't do it because there isn't one. Another guy says, I want this report. She goes, we can't do it because it's called a field intelligence report, and we can't give those. She can't even keep her freaking lies straight. So I looked up the special fee. By the way, I went on the Government Records Council page. The Government Records Council page is the law regarding public records. Electronic records are to be given for free. The only cost is what it is put on. If you get a CD-ROM, you got to pay for a CD-ROM and like 35 cents. If you get a flash drive, you got to pay for the flash drive and like 35 cents. But this woman, who they're already getting paid, look, they're already paid to get public records. It's called the records window. They're already paid to do this with our money. They take our money out of our paycheck unwillingly by us. We don't say anything. We don't say, yes, this is great. No, they wrote that in the Constitution too, unfortunately. So we abide by it. Needless to say, they are already being paid to do this, and then they want more money to do what they're already supposed to do. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And it's written in the law that they don't have to. If the only special fee is when it's a special document. Body cam footage is not special. Body cam footage is what is electronic footage that we are privy to. And you see it all the time, guys. You think people are paying $75 to get body cam footage? Hells no. But these people just don't go by the law. It's kind of like when I went to get the complaint form the first time. I go in to get a complaint form. They say, we don't have complaint forms. And I said, well, guess what? The Attorney General, because again, you have to go in knowing your shit. If you don't, they're going to say whatever they want, and they're going to get you out of there ASAP. So I said, hey, I was already on the Attorney General website, and they said, you must have a complaint form. You must. It's a complaint form, an email. You can do it face-to-face. I'm choosing a complaint form. And the guy says, let me go check and see if we want to do it that way. Okay, let me get this straight. You're going to go check and see if you want to go by the law or no. Now, again, they were adamant about not having complaint forms. First thing he said, no, we don't have any. We don't have any complaint forms. There's no such thing. No such thing. Well, guess what? 8 minutes later, I walked out with a complaint form, a piece of paper with their letterhead that said complaint. Where'd that come from? So you didn't have it. Now, again, think about this. The public has a problem with an officer. Probably, I don't know, someone got pulled over. You know, they were pregnant, they're going to the hospital, and the cop wants to arrest them for speeding instead of realizing that they're going to the hospital to have a baby, which happened. And then they want to go make a complaint. And then they say, no, we don't have complaint forms. They're not going to know. They're going to think, oh, that's weird. I would figure you'd have a complaint form. What's the complaint process? Well, you tell my supervisor. Okay, so me, the guy who screwed up is going to get my supervisor, the guy who will stick up for me, and you're going to tell him how I screwed up. And you think that they're going to reprimand you? A, it's intimidating for one, to have to go talk to somebody. B, you really think this whole thin blue line, man, they preach it. They preach the thin blue line, which means they're not going to investigate themselves. And everybody knows that. They are not going to investigate themselves, or they'll say they will. They're going to do a thorough investigation because we take complaints seriously. We want you to know that. We really take complaints seriously, and then we're going to find that nothing was done improperly. Everything was done according to protocol. Everything was done according to their policy. So either their training needs to be amended, their policy needs to be amended, or they're just full of shit. And it's probably A, B, and C. Oh, Boise, Idaho. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got a little bit of a temper. I think you guys are starting to see that. That being said, how were we wrong for knowing the law? I went in, I said, hey, I need to know. Wow, I have 32 people. I've never had that many people before. And I just needed my records. I just needed my records. And they turned it into something else. Huh. Should I take my shoes off? I got an Eric Brandt Jr. here. So maybe I should, the thing is, I think we're the same age. Or maybe I think he's like 2 years older than me. I'm not sure. I think he's 2 years older than me. And he's a wordsmith, man. That guy can go. I stumble on my words. I do a lot of and and all that. And then, I need the engine to start moving before I can start going. Man, Eric Brandt, he's got a sharp brain. That's my problem. I got this brain, right? It is a trap door. It's a freaking trap door. I have useless info all bouncing around in there. And then when my damn flight or fight kicks in, I get jumbled up. It looks like a picture of a snow globe. And every one of those freaking little snowballs is a thought process of mine. And they're getting bounced around. And I can't think clearly, man. It's a problem I got. I need to work on it. I know. Yes, that was the guess. So I totally saw that. It was that, and I mentioned that too. Good call. At 8 minutes and 41 seconds, it's blurry, but you can see her screen. And again, if it was off, you'd see the icons, the iPhone icons, because it's an iPhone. She was holding an iPhone for sure. You'd see the icons. So what I'm thinking is she deleted it, and then whatever was on her screen was either the last picture she took or last video she took, or she didn't delete it, she just hit stop, and that was me as she stopped it, and it was blurry. So yes, that's why. So what we did was, I'm not sure if you were here, we already put in an Oprah request. Oprah is FOIA again. Oprah is Open Public Records Act. Oprah. They just don't call it FOIA here. They call it Oprah. So it's the same thing as FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. FOIA is Oprah, Oprah is FOIA, Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel, and Christie is the bimbo. Okay, that was Secret of My Success. I combined Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Secret of My Success, and Oprah and FOIA. Laces out, Ray. Dan. Laces out, Dan. So, yeah, which is true. That's true. Kind of funny that, yes, we are animated. I'm half Guinea. I'm from the Northeast, and my temper sucks, man. I know it. The thing is, I know my temper sucks, so I just leave. I can't. I don't want to gather my thoughts. I mean, I don't want to start ruffling shit up and then them getting a reason to tackle me. Saying this guy ain't right. So, when we made an Oprah request to to get all surveillance footage from the records window, both sides, her side, my side, any and all angles. So, and we got a full 3-hour window. You know what? We're gonna get denied. She's gonna deny us. Donna Belton will deny us our Oprah. It's freaking crazy, but she doesn't give us a reason. She'll say it's not important. It's not for you to decide if it's not important. It's for us, dude. So, needless to say, it's I'm just pissed. I'm pissed because they think we're stupid. I'm pissed because we pay them to do a job for us, so that when we need records, they will give us these records that are rightfully ours. It just so happens by, for some magic potion, that they are the custodians of these records. If they weren't the custodians, I'd be going somewhere else and I would get the records no problem. But because they have all these little intricacies put in place to prevent you from getting any one-upsmanship on them, that they're screwed. That not they're screwed. That they make sure you're screwed. So they stonewall and stonewall and stonewall. And eventually people go, man, this shit ain't worth it. I can't do it. I can't go through another Oprah request and get denied. And then people just slowly dissipate. Just like the shit over the summer when the guy threatened me with arrest for filming deer. Well, he didn't threaten me for filming. He threatened me because I wouldn't give my ID. And I said, well, you said I didn't commit a crime. And he said, that's right. And I said, so you're going to take an innocent man to jail? You're going to take an innocent person to jail is what you're doing. And on his report, he lied through his teeth. Might as well go through that right now. So on his report, he said, I stopped him because he was suspicious and it's not legal to hunt this close to homes. He never mentioned hunting once in the video, never mentioned a gun, never mentioned shooting, never mentioned poaching, never mentioned, anything. No deer stands, nothing. Never mentioned any of that. He did it just because he's a freaking liar and he thought he would cover his ass that way. So then he said he would get me on disorderly conduct. Well, guess what? There was nobody there. And the police cannot be the complainant of a disorderly conduct. So that's another thing he can't do. Then he said he's going to get me on obstruction for not giving my ID. Well, because my shit got all jumbled up, I couldn't think straight. And State v. Camillo says obstruction has to be physical. Obstruction has to be, I'm keeping here. You can't have this. You can't have this. And I'm holding your head. That's obstruction. I am in no way obligated to help you solve your freaking crime. And again, there was no crime because I had not committed a crime. The dummy said right on camera, I didn't say you committed a crime. And I said, then why am I being detained? Suspicious person, I get to detain you. No, you can't. You have to have a crime. What crime am I committing? I'm not going to play this game with you. I'm not going to play this game. I'm not going to debate you. You'll lose the debate. That's why. There ain't no debate. Dadgummit. You'll lose your debate and you'll man. Dude. All right. Well, needless to say, I got my wig split. The one-day monkey ain't on here, and I got my wig split, actually. I think they're coming after me because I hear them up the road. And I'm tucked away, man. I'm in the woods. So these freaking clowns, man, the fact that they think we believe them. You know what? I'm going to read some comments here. Maybe I'm not sure if there was questions or whatnot, so I'm going to go to Planet Fitness. Dude, Planet Fitness, we don't do that Planet Fitness garbage. You can't even grunt there. Screw them. But I appreciate the heads up. We're not supposed to trust them, just obey them. You're right, man. You're right. It's kind of what it is. Glick, I guess that's Glick versus Kunif. Until we get judges. That's true. Now, again, here's a good point. Tin Man Productions. Until we can get judges to hold police accountable, we're not doing any good. And he's right, because the judges are just as bad. How many times you seen somebody go to a freaking court and you say, hey, I got court today, and I have my video with me. The video shows police blatantly violating rights, blatantly harassing, blatantly assaulting, and the judge will be like, nah, we don't see it, you're guilty. Or they instruct the jurors, if there is a jury trial, they instruct the jurors about the law, but they don't explain the law properly. They'll say the law wrong, and then this way, I got two of them, actually. I used to have a speed bag at my condo, but I sold the condo to take care of Pop, God rest his soul. And I don't have where to put it right now, so I get it explains my insomnia, but I get energy out. I'll be all right. This is gonna help. So they'll explain the law incorrectly to the jurors just so they can nail the freaking guy who knows the law properly, who was assaulted, who was, and that's what the judges do. So Tin Man, good job on that. Let's just see a couple things here. Do you want an evidence that she was... Oh, that's the one at 841. Yeah, I heard that. We looked at that, and I think someone wrote it in the comments on the page, and then I backed it up again, too. It was a good call on that part. Do they legally have to make complaint forms available? By the Attorney General, they do. Absolutely. The Attorney General says you can do it email, you can do it anonymously via email, complaint form, You could speak to somebody, and when you come in and they say we don't have them, uh, then you can't be anonymous. Just because they don't have your ID doesn't mean you're anonymous. You know, here's a supervisor sitting down with you, staring at you, and then they always throw in the fact that, by the way, if we find this complaint to be unfounded, you can be held for perjury. Here we go. We got freaking reports that are perjured every day, perjured on. Am I saying that right? We got guys committing perjury every day on these reports that they freaking bogusly fill out, but yet they're gonna throw it back in our face because of, like, we got something better to do than freaking, like, we have nothing better to do than go to the police office, the police station, and talk about the complaint and how we had our rights violated. John Story, shout out from right here in Howell. I wonder if you know Nigel. Nigel lived in Freehold. His last name was Story. Yeah, let's see. Macho Man. This guy has taken coke. All right, well, dude, I haven't. So I mean, if you're being funny, that's one thing. But if you're gonna start throwing out accusations, you can go take a hike, Mike. All right, so. Let's just get that out of the way. No, I don't do coke. I don't freaking need it. Obviously, dipshit. And if it was a joke, then, well, maybe you're not as much of a dipshit. Let's see. Merry Christmas. Greetings from Europe. Macho Man is dead. Yeah, that sucks, man. Jeopardy brain. That's pretty much it. Oh, and there's the recording. Okay. Let's see. So everybody says, here's the one thing I got about an audit. I mean, whatever you guys want to call it, it's fine. I don't really care for the word audit or auditors. I just see way too often people saying he's not an auditor. I'm an auditor, like an auditor. I know I'm probably getting, I'm probably saying it a lot now, but what's auditor school? Nobody goes to auditor school. So, and people are writing that until you know this, you shouldn't call yourself an auditor. I don't know why. I don't know anybody. I don't call myself an auditor because I film in public. I film in public. Sometimes it's traffic lights. Sometimes it's deer. Sometimes it's the freaking bald eagle down at the reservoir. Sometimes it's police stops. Sometimes it's to get records. Sometimes it's just because I'm doing an encounter with a government official. So I don't auditor. People are starting to take too much stock in that word. Look, if you use it, I'm fine with it, but don't put it as if it's that you're better than somebody because you're an auditor. And that's what I seem to see. I see people saying, until you do this, you can't be an auditor. Until you do what? Anybody in their right mind can have a freaking camera phone and take film and take video. Anybody can. Doesn't make him an auditor. Doesn't even make a freaking anything. We're just filming in public. I mean, I get it. The purpose of the audit is to see how they respond. But again, they're holding too much stock in the actual word. There's no meaning in it. There's no diplomas for auditing. You know what I'm saying? There's lawsuits, but again, we're just filming in public. And what do they always say? Is this a public building? Yes, then I'm going to film it. Because I am, and a lot of people say, like James Freeman says, what I do is I film public officials in their course of their duty. Boom. Public filming. Now, if they tie the word auditor to that, that's fine. But it doesn't have, again, there isn't like, come to my office and we'll sit down at my auditing office. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not just the word, it's the stock that they held in it. And that's what creates a divide. People say, you're not an auditor. You don't do this right. You're not an auditor. Why do you care, man? Film in public. The more cameras we have, the more normal it is. We still can't go on. You want to commit a crime? Here's a secret. You want to commit a crime? Have one of your buddies film on the other side of town, just with a camera. and they'll have 12 cops over there in 2 seconds. But by the time you get done committing your crime, they won't be freaking. You'll have 2 hours to get away because the 2 cops they deploy will take their sweet ass time getting to you because the crime already was committed. So no hurry, no foul right now, right? That's what happens. Hey, I just witnessed a crime. Oh, it already happened already? Come down to police station, fill out a report. Well, that's good. That's good work. That's really good crime-solving work. Oh no, this guy's got a camera. Let's get 14 guys on him. This is the freaking. And again, when you think of it like that, you go, how freaking stupid are they? And they want to do their due diligence. Do they really think? Listen to this. Do they really think? Like, so when, let's say you film a police stop, a traffic stop, and the police get all freaking bent out of shape. And, well, that's enough, fella. That's enough. And you're like, I'm 50 feet away from you. Yeah, but I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Now you're obstructing me. Now you're taking my attention away from him instead of you. No one ever said it. No one ever said to look at me. I'm here minding my own business, filming you. Yeah, but I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Okay, now this is how stupid they are. Do they really think that we are going to film us commit a crime to you? We already know you guys get away with everything. We already know that you get away with assault, you get away with freaking battery, you get away with violations of rights on camera. It's on camera, and you still get away with it. Do you think we're gonna film ourselves attack you, and that will get away with it? Like that's our death sentence. That's us getting thrown in jail right on the spot. And another thing about this Richard Conte guy, thrown in jail right on the spot. How about we get falsely arrested? Boom, we're in the paper. Everything's up there. There's an arrest record of it. The charges, our height, weight, all this shit, social, boom, public. But yet they got mad when the New Jersey 101.5 radio station broke the story of Richard Conte, the pedophile trying to lure a 15-year-old. They got mad. The officers, the chief, got mad because they said, you shouldn't do that until the investigation's over with. Okay, so they can falsely arrest us, put our shit all over the place, put us on blast, and when the charges are dropped, there's never any free. There's a tiny little blurb right up. By the way, charges were dropped. That's it. But yet, big story. Hey, check out this mugshot of him. We got him. We got this criminal. We are heroes. But when it's one of you guys, wait, we can't do this. Let's wait for all the info to come in first. And then the cop suckers, the cop apologists got to say, let's not jump to any conclusions. It's like when they see a freaking cop kicking the shit out of somebody and they go, well, let's just see the whole video. And the whole video is the guy saying, hey, what can I do for you, officer? Boom! Well, let's just see the whole video first before we jump to conclusions. Why is it we always have to freaking see the whole video before we jump to conclusions for them, but with us, put on blast, picture, social, height, weight. Dude. It's just such a freaking double standard, man. Okay. I'll look at a few more and then I'm going to get out of here. I thought, what is that Kavafi again thing? That's the thing that Trump wrote. What was that? I forget. And they gave him a shitstorm saying, look, the guy doesn't know how to spell coffee right. Huge. It's going to be huge. That's how Michael Kay also talks. I'm a Yankee fan, so. Anyway, hey, Toby. What's up, man? I see you in there. It's, yes. Yeshu's Talmud. Yes, New Jersey is a tyrant government. Facial recognition. You know what? How does that work? They have to have a picture of you, obviously. But I mean, how can they be so exact with facial recognition? Dadgummit. Edison and Middlesex. Police State, New Jersey, and I were up in. I think Elizabeth. He killed it. Go to Police State New Jersey's channel and watch what he did with Kenilworth, the chief of Kenilworth. Pardon me, my protein shake. He destroyed them. Police State New Jersey, Gunnison, man, those guys. Wolf Gladly, accountability out in Paulsboro there. These guys, they know their stuff, man, and they hold their mud well. I just don't hold my mud. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see here. I get it. I have a temper, and that's maybe this shit ain't for me, dude. Maybe that's why I gotta stay in the background and film. You know, again, that's why I don't do audits, quote unquote. I film in public. I film deer. If I'm accosted, I'll try and hold my temper. I don't like having my rights violated. I don't think anybody should. But I also need to, again, the snow globe, man. The snow globe has thousands of thoughts, and all jumbled up in all one thing. Let's see. Thank you, Mooney, Keith Mooney. Yeah, I guess it was just freaking. It was such nonsense that the guy like tried to justify what she did and then say, but she wasn't filming, and I'm supposed to believe that. And that's why I called him a joke, and I left. Because if I started doing anything more, and I even said, look, you're being polite. I get it. No relation. All right, well, good to have you in Howell. Sorry your taxes are up through the roof. But if this keeps going, they're going to go up more because they're going to wind up. They're not looking good. They're not looking good. You know, between trying to arrest an innocent citizen, between having a kid toucher on their force for how many years, and again, who knows what he got away with, man? They caught him finally. And that's the only reason they're making a deal out of it, because he got caught. If he didn't get caught, he'd still be doing this nonsense. And then we got the people at the records window, not yesterday, but last week, saying I got to wait a week or 7 business days before I can get this record. I said, no, I already looked up the law. That's supposed to be done right now. They go powwow and go, oh yeah, okay. As if they're doing me a favor, too. They made like they're doing me a favor. Again, think of it, listen, I know I did this again the other day. What other job in the world, besides government, is the public better educated than the worker? How many times do we go in there to tell them what they have to do? How many times? It happens all the time. So because we freaking go in there and say, no, that's a public record now, I'm going to do an Oprah request. And they get pissed off at us because we know the law and they don't. You don't go to freaking, I don't know, man. I don't go to Dick's Sporting Goods and tell them how to sell golf clubs. I've run my office for 20 years. No one once has ever come in and tell me how to do it. But yet every day we have to tell these freaking public workers that A, they work for us. They are to provide for us because they're taking our money to pad their freaking salary, and how to do their job properly because they just don't know. And whether it's there's so many laws they can't know them all, they don't know shit, man. They don't know any of them. And that's what's frustrating too. I had to go to the Howell Township station, tell them that they have to have complaint forms. Sure enough, they had them. First they said they don't. We don't have complaint forms. We don't do that here. There's no such thing. No such thing as complaint forms. 20 minutes later, I'm walking out with a complaint form that there was no such thing of. So I had to do my homework then. Had to do my homework going to the records window last week about having to get my records right on the spot. And then knowing that when someone films me while they're in a public duty, they're in their duty of a public servant, that is now public record. So had I not known that, I wouldn't have said anything. But, so every time I go there, I have to explain to them what they're doing wrong for some reason. Why? What other thing can do that? What other employment do you go to and start telling them how to do their job? But yet government, it's nonstop, man, nonstop. Anyways, I've wasted enough of your guys' time. Yes, Toby, you're right. I get it. They're used to people being pushed. Yeah, exactly. Because what happens is someone goes in there and says, hey, how do I get a public records form? And they go, oh, you just have to fill this out. And they don't say that it's going to get denied the next day. Or they don't tell you that you don't have to put your info on there. They'll say, fill this whole thing out. And now they got your info. They got your social. They got your date of birth. They got your name. Everybody puts all that info on there. Or when you go in and say, hey, I need to make a complaint. And they go, we don't have complaint forms. And you go, you don't? They go, no, you could talk to my supervisor. And then the supervisor comes out. Of course, it's intimidating to you because then you're going to go, screw it, I'm not going to do that. No big deal. It wasn't a big deal. All he did was freaking kick me in the dick. It's fine. I'm good. I'm going to go home. Probably my fault anyway because you guys have such a dangerous job. Mother grabbers. So, there was a video about the sovereign citizen movement. It's been going on a long time. And it's the police officers of today, the sovereign citizen. They don't abide by the law. They don't think they have to abide by the law. They won't abide by the law. They'll make up a reason. Someone just said it. They'll have all they got to do is say, and then they're gonna go, "Hey, what do you think? What do we lie to you?" Or like when someone says to an officer, "I don't feel safe," and they're like, "You don't feel safe next to an officer? This is the safest place to be." Really? Where you're 9 times more likely to be killed by an officer than a terrorist? Then again, they're kind of one and the same. But all right, people. I appreciate you letting me rant. I feel better already. Yeah, that was just posted. Matter of fact, New Jersey Exposed just posted that. Oh wait, no, that was another one. I'm sorry. So Santa Claus. Oh damn it, Santa Claus of New Jersey, whatever the hell it is. Santa Claus, Hawkeye, New Jersey. I didn't. There was one in Deal that got arrested for witness tampering and drugs and all that noise. Anyway. Let's get the cameras on them. That's all we can do. The more cameras, the better. And I don't mean like they're not just putting it in their face. We don't do that. We just film. We film the public. We film in public. We film public officials in their course of duty. We want to show people what our tax dollars are going to, which is all right. We can film public officials in their course of duty. And if they film us, it's public record. Guys, I appreciate this. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for everybody helping me out. Hey, maybe this would be something that we could protest one of these days. I'm not up for telling anybody to come out and do anything they don't want to, but maybe this is, thank you. Thank you, Checkers. I feel like it was a good rant. Maybe this is something we do, man. Just so they know that we're watching. Wanderer out. Don't hate the player. Hate the games. Appreciate it, guys.